Hello everyone, this video will cover Module 3. Module 3 is the first of our short story units. You will have quite a few of these and you'll be working on several short stories throughout the next couple of weeks. This module sort of is an overview of short stories and how to write sort of fiction type writing, particularly short fiction, because we don't have the time or the space to write anything longer than that. So we'll be concentrating on how to focus a story in a very short amount of time. And so this module will cover kind of the overview, the chapter. You'll have some examples that you'll look at, and then you'll do some practice. But you're also going to get the assignments themselves, and those will be ones that you can work on over the next few weeks. And so I'll just show you what it looks like. So you can see that we have our reading is just writing the short story chapter, and we've got quite a few sections of this chapter to help you out. So definitely go over it before you take the quiz, but concentrate on the areas where you know you're probably going to struggle. Some people have issues creating characters, and others know that dialogue is something that they'll have a problem with. And then I also have a video here that can help you out. It's just a PowerPoint that I talk over, and it just kind of goes over a basic step-by-step how to approach writing a short story, particularly for those of you who have never written one before, or it may have been a while since you've written one. And so I'll just give you some ideas for what to do there. And then you have your second chapter quiz here. So you did one for the nonfiction section of the book. Now this is the short story section. You can take it as many times as you want to. And I do encourage you to take it until you get the score that you want. And then I have a page that's just a short story collection. So this is a good page to keep coming back to because it just lists the different short stories that you're going to be working on over the next couple of weeks. So you can see you have 4. We'll start off with a point of view short story, which is a story written from the bad guy perspective of a well-known story. So you're going to pick a story that has kind of clear good and bad characters, and then the idea with this story is that you're going to write it from the bad guy perspective and kind of justify their actions. So I get a lot of really interesting ones here. Character short story is where you have a little bit more freedom with the plot, but you have to demonstrate at least one round and one flat character and then an antagonist. So the idea with this one is that we're just exploring different types of characters. Your energy short story is all about showing versus telling, and when you get to that unit, it will make more sense, you know, what you're trying to be working on with that one. And what's going to happen is once we get through this week and you've worked on just you understand about short stories, you've done the elements practice, which is the assignment I'm going to show you in a minute, then I will open up all of the short story modules. You'll be able to work on them in any order, but this is the order that I recommend that you go in, just because I think that the point of view short story is probably the easiest. The energy short story is the most difficult, and so that's kind of why I have them staged in this way. And then author's choice is the last one, and that one just opens it up for you to be able to use basically anything, as long as you're sticking to basic short story conventions. So it's just another chance for you to practice all of that. So then after that in the module, you have this collection page, and then underneath it is just each of these short stories and basically the assignment sheet, if you will. This is not the spot to turn them in though. So these are just the explanations of the stories and what you're going to be working on. So you click on one, and they all have kind of a description of what you're working on first, and then the minimum short story, minimum story requirements, and then the formatting requirements. And so they all look very similar as far as how they're laid out on the page. And so you can just kind of look them over. If you have ideas, start working on them. You can work on them, like I said, in any order. But typically students find the point of view one the easiest. And then you have the actual assignments in Module 3 are to take the quiz, which I showed you, and then this elements practice assignment. So the elements practice assignment is where you are going to just practice some of the more difficult aspects of writing fiction. So conflicts between characters, describing things in a sensory way, and then creating a plot and a story. There's another option to use like a stock image and kind of create a character profile, which is always a good idea when creating characters. This one I really like. This take characters from wherever your favorite TV show, your favorite movie, like two completely different characters from different places, and then put them in a room together. So like what would a conversation between, you know, Gandalf and Dumbledore look like, and would they get along? How would they react to each other? So it's kind of fun. I think about like characters that have similarities or big differences, and you can take some villains from different genres and put them together, and how would they react to each other. And then this last one is just a bystander perspective, where you can write a short scene. So there's just different options. You're gonna pick 3 of the 6. So you can do all 6 if you want to. It's good practice, but 3 of the 6, which you turn in for this assignment. And we'll do this a couple of times where we have practice assignments. The prompts in there, typically you get a choice of them. And so any prompts that you don't use for this assignment, if you want to, you can also use for the journal. I've had a few questions already about the journal. And this is just a self-assessment quiz. The self-assessment quiz goes over the assignments in Module 3 that you're completing. So that would be the Chapter 2 readings and quiz and the short story elements practice, not the stories themselves. So you can take this as soon as you do those 2 assignments. And then this last thing, of course, is the journal, which is in every module, just as a reminder to complete them. I've had a few questions, like I said, that you can use anything for journal entries other than like diary entries, which is not really the purpose of this. This is supposed to be for creative work. And so there are lots of prompts in the textbook. There are prompts that I've linked in as well on the, I think it's in the first, maybe in the second module. There's just some information about writing journal, keeping a creative journal, that kind of thing. So any of that would be fine. Some students wait and then upload all of it at the end, and some students do each one individually. So they'll do a page and then they'll upload it, and then another page. And so then they have 8 documents that they've uploaded, and that's fine too. It's really up to you and kind of how you work. It may be that a lot of what you upload for your journal is stuff that you are working on the side. So you're working on a story that you really enjoy, or maybe you're working on a novel that you've been working on for a while. And so it could be plot summary, it could be character lists, it could be really anything related to it. It could be just pages from your novel. I would like for it to be work that you have actually written this semester, just because that's kind of the point of the journal. So if you're uploading stuff that you've done in the past, it's not really helping you, but you know, that's kind of your, it's up to you whether you want to help yourself or not. So that's the purpose of the creative writing journal. So that is the module. There's a lot of stuff in it, but it is not, you're not working on all of this right now. It's just kind of an introduction to what we'll be working on. And like I said, the modules where you will actually turn in these short stories will be open here in a little while, and I'll have a video for each one kind of going over each story in more depth, and then you can work on them in any order. So that's Module 3. Hopefully you're doing okay. If not, send me an email and have a great week.